welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by Visible. Live in the know. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce, friend of the spider community. I did not cry at kindergarten drop-off, and I bleed green. By the way, Dax bit first. And in case you were wondering, Jason's tweet, I read it and laughed, Avi, before he posted that. So all the people thinking that it was appalling. Do you know my husband? Anyway, coming up on today's episode, a bunch of NFL wives just posted their season kickoff parties, which has me reminiscing about my days as the oldest Eagles wife on the team. God, I was. In this week's edition of Can I Be Honest? And as you can see, I'm in our Philly studio today because soon I'm going to be joined by a fellow Birds fan. She's the hilarious Emmy-winning stand-up comedian, actress, and writer who's been leading the charge for the WNBA here in Philly, Wanda Sykes. I'm so excited. Again, no business. But first, a quick NGL announcement about all the Real One teacher wish lists. We've received hundreds and hundreds of submissions. So thank you for your videos and sending the links. Queen Emma and the team have been hard at work compiling all of the wish lists that were sent in. And I'm going to feature some of my favorite videos on More Shit Monday. Queen Emma wants me to commit to an amount that I am going to cover. And let's just say the majority of the wish lists that were sent will have at least some of their items covered. If we were to clear wish lists, then we would do less of them. And that wouldn't reach as far. Moving on, the Real Ones had a lot to say about my solo episode this week. So I'm going to respond to some of your top comments. First up, much to my own chagrin, it seems like you loved listening to just me for an entire episode. Why? That's terrible. This comment says, I love the solo episodes. I just watched a grown woman answer a quiz about animals, and I'm here for it. Yes, you did. And I'd do it again. That shit excites my soul. What was the BuzzFeed? I used to love when it would pop up and be like, dog breeds. Do you know them? And I'd be like, you're fucking right, I do. This next comment says, do a solo once every 4 weeks. I really enjoyed this. From Canada. Hey, up north. Queen Emma wants to know if I would want to do more solo episodes. And I think it's pretty obvious. Fucking no. Nobody needs more of me. Right? No. Queen Emma also wants to know, what if they were a cool 60? And I said that just the way she would. Okay? No. Also no. I feel like this is the no segment. Maybe one more solo episode this fall. Queen Emma's looking for a Thanksgiving special that's a solo episode. Maybe. Honestly, because who the heck's gonna want to record on Thanksgiving week? I feel that. Me, that too. Okay. And also, the last episode wasn't technically a solo episode because Benny and Wyatt made cameos, so. Gotcha. Next up, a lot of you guys gave more ideas for what I should have the girls call me to help break up the symphony of mom, mom, mommy, mom, mommy, mom, mama, mom, mommy. Let's see what they are. Lil John, and your response could be, what? Yeah, okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. And I'm telling my kids to call me Cabs here. Now this gives me a very good idea. I actually feel like morning drop off, we're starting to get into a routine. And I feel like instead of saying that we need to get in the car, that I should just start yelling, Cabs here, because I feel like that's more fun. So maybe we'll do both. And lastly, there were a bunch of comments like this. No comment on the engagement? Hey, has she congratulated Travis and Taylor on their engagement? So if you record before the announcement was posted, you got it right. Yep, you're with me. I think that this is, I would like to put out that I have made a very conscious effort to not discuss Taylor and Travis on this podcast because news outlets, tabloids, and AI, quite frankly, like to post only the quotes that they grab from whatever I say in reference to them. And here's where I think there is a disconnect. People do not realize that you at home, you have your family, and in your family, you might have a brother-in-law and they might be dating someone. You might have a soon-to-be sister-in-law, but you have a relationship personally with them that no one else is involved in because it's your relationship. And so I don't need to come out here and make statements when I already talked to them. You see what I'm saying? I don't need you to clickbait my shit. I don't need you to take my comments and try and dissect it. I think it goes without being said. I am so incredibly happy for them. We are so excited that they are taking this next step. The girls are so excited to get another aunt. I am so truly happy for them. And I feel so grateful that we get to welcome Taylor into our family in a more official capacity. But it's our private relationship. So that's my brother-in-law, Travis, and my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Taylor. And so I don't need to talk about them all the time. Our relationship is private between us. And so it's okay that time made it so that we didn't congratulate them in the last episode. And also that I don't always have to comment on what they're doing in their lives because I can just text them and talk to them about it. Anyway, now that that's been covered, let's move on to another one of my favorite segments, Can I Be Honest? Brought to you today by Advent Health, official healthcare provider of Walt Disney World Resort. This past weekend was, of course, NFL kickoff, and alongside all the highlights, my Instagram feed was also filled with photos from various NFL spouse kickoff parties happening around the league. Brooke Dickerson shared the Eagles ladies brunch. Former NGL guest Kristen Juszczyk threw one for the 49ers women. And as a retired NFL wife, emphasis on the retired, it's cool to see these bonding moments among the women of the league. I am, first of all, mostly proud of the Eagles women for doing it so early because we used to get, I'm not kidding, to November, I would say the end of November, and usually have a moment of shit. We haven't gotten together yet. Yikes. And then we would quick plan what would end up being a really fun Christmas or holiday get together. But I'll tell you what, it took that long and it was without fail. And every single time we would do the holiday one and we'd be like, we should do this earlier next year. And then you know what we would do? Not. I especially love seeing the women who I was there with. Brooke Dickerson, Annie Elliott, Nikki Milata. There's all these women who are still there who are continuing this culture of sort of inclusivity and making sure that everyone feels like they have contact and that they have an opportunity for community. And that is really exciting to see. I feel really proud that that's happening in Philadelphia, as if I have any fucking skin in the game anymore because I'm retired. Ironically, the first event that I went to with women with the Eagles was a white elephant. So right on brand. I'm telling you, we literally every single year would just get to the holidays and then it would be spur of the moment. But it was a lovely time. I had one person there that I knew personally that had included me. She was friends with Jason. Shout out to Laura Barwin. It was nice to have that connection, and Laura was great about including me and making me feel welcome. There's something to be said about that because I'm sure that it still happens many places, but there's always that almost like a welcome to the NFL moment for women. And Mine was when I met someone who shall remain nameless. To be honest, I don't even know if I remember their name. And when I met her, she said to the person that had introduced me, which is a random connection. Essentially, I was downstairs in the family room and someone introduced me as, oh, this is Jason's girlfriend. And the person looked at the person introducing me and said, Jason Kelce? And the woman said, yes. And she goes, he has a girlfriend? I was like, yes, bitch. She just said that and I'm standing right in front of you. What the fuck? What? Excuse me? Yeah, that was my welcome to the NFL moment. Lucky for me, I did not have to interact with that woman much more than that. It was better off. I was okay with that wholeheartedly. That does it for Can I Be Honest? Brought to you by Advent Health. Moving on, chat. Let's get to some scrolling. Doomscroll of the week is brought to you by Uber Eats. Order Sephora on Uber Eats today. Can you really? I could Uber Eats some Sephora? First up on Doomscroll, at Anna Rankin, RN, ooh, a nurse, on TikTok, made a point about me time that I feel deep in my bones. Queen Emma, roll the clip.
I don't need me time. I need no one needs me time. No one needs me. No one needs me time. I don't need me time. I don't need it.
That's honestly so true. I want to sit on the couch and sit. That's it, period. That was my whole sentence. I wanted to sit on the couch, period. That's literally it. That's it. Me time to me says that I have things that I want to do for me. And that's not necessarily the case. I want no one to need me. I don't want to open a snack. I don't want to fill a water bottle. Yeah, I don't want to wipe a butt. That's easy. That's not mine. You know? Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. This is what I will say. When there have been times where all of my children have left the house and no one is currently in my vicinity and I'm at my house by myself, which is a great place to have nobody needs me time. That's where I want the nobody needs me time. I want to interact with my house the way I want to interact with my house, unguided. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Approximately 30 minutes, I'll give it 30 minutes into that, I get really bored, and I want them to come back. And then, couple times, full honesty here, no judgment, they come back, and within 15 minutes of them being in the house, I'm like, you could leave. You could go back wherever you were. Go back to where you were. I missed you. And now the fact that you drop kicked your sister in the middle of the living room makes me want you to go back wherever you were for 10 more minutes. I need 10 more minutes of silence. You know? Yeah, that's it. Next up on Doomscroll, I found myself on DIY spider home building TikTok. Yes, you heard that right. And I have many thoughts. Queen Emma, the clip, please.
So I have a little jumping spider. He's been hanging out in my bathroom for quite a few months now. So this is the little home I have set up for him so far. I have more stuff coming to fill it up more. It's just on back order. But here his curious little butt is. I can't believe he got in here. Now, since he is like a wild spider, I'm not going to shut this door on him so he can freely go in and out as he pleases. And I got to get some food for him.
Couple things I love about this video. First of all, she didn't kill the spider. Starting off on the right foot. I am the person who not only thinks that certain spiders are cute, but also will scoop them up in my bare hands and take them outside. Now, sometimes when I don't think they're cute, I'm not picking them up in my bare hands. That's going to be a cup and piece of paper situation. I love nothing more than the fact that this spider knew that she created that for him or her, and that it went into the little house. If you don't think spiders are cute, I want you to look up jumping spiders, and I want you to look at a close-up of a jumping spider. There's no way. They're so fuzzy and like compact and like almost chubby because the fuzzy, and their little eyes are so cute. Oh, I love it. The girls don't love bugs as much as me. I will say I have not passed that on. They do love what Benny calls lolly-polies.
The Chiefs are 0-1 to start the 2025 NFL season after a 27-21 loss on Friday to the Chargers in Brazil. It's not the start KC was looking for after last year's disastrous finale, and the schedule does not get easier in the immediate future. The Chiefs will host the Eagles in Week 2 and attempt to exact some measure of revenge for their Super Bowl 59 blowout defeat. Travis Kelce suffered a tough start of his own in Week 1. The 35-year-old tight end scored a touchdown but caught only one other pass for a total of 47 yards and accidentally injured teammate Xavier Worthy. Speaking on his New Heights podcast about his team's subpar performance in Week 1 and heading into a big Week 2 contest, Kelce delivered a strong NSFW message to the Chiefs, urging them to ramp it up. "We gotta get this thing FNG going, man," Kelce said to his brother and co-host Jason. "We gotta get this train FNG running a little bit more. The biggest thing for me is energy, man. We gotta come out with FNG energy. I know Arrowhead is going to bring it, it's going to be fun to feel that atmosphere, but unless the players are on the field doing that, Arrowhead's not going to be a fun atmosphere. We got FNG bring it, knowing that we got one of the best teams, the champs, coming in." Kelce's voice is laced with a real sense of urgency during the segment, and it seems appropriate. The Chiefs are still quite good and will forever be good with Patrick Mahomes under center, but last season showed they aren't invincible the way they appeared to be a few years ago. It was a harsh reminder for whoever got too comfortable in Kansas City that wins in the National Football League are earned, not given. Kelce believes his team has to come out motivated and ready to battle Philadelphia for a win. Long before Taylor Swift was dating and engaged to Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs, she became famous, of course, for her music. Now, Swift is gearing up to release a new album, Life of a Showgirl, on October 3rd, and stores will be ready. Swift is so popular that she's actually starting a trend that could take music lovers back in history. Remember the days when people used to actually line up at the local record store at midnight to get their ears on a new album? Well, those who are very young probably have only heard stories about that phenomenon, but back in the day, when music wasn't available instantly online, people would have to physically leave the house to hear an artist's new album right when it dropped. Record Store Day has kind of brought that experience back, but that's only twice a year, once in April and once on Black Friday. Swift remembers those days. She's 35 years old, so when she was very little, she probably remembers music being less easy to get than it is today. In that spirit, Swift is bringing some nostalgia back to the album release cycle with an event. Swift is actually having hundreds of events sprinkled throughout the US when her album comes out. Target has announced that select stores will be open at midnight local time on October 3rd to just sell copies of Swift's new album, and that includes exclusive variants and the standard edition. Speaking with Variety, the store said that 500 stores will be taking part in the midnight sales. In the piece, Variety notes, midnight openings for stores to sell hot new album releases at the moment they're allowed to go on sale are largely an artifact of the 80s and 90s, before streaming and downloading became the preferred way to get immediate musical gratification. Those who want to participate can find the retailer's dedicated store locator page, which shows which of its outlets will be a part of the midnight events. Also, the stores won't close and then reopen. Instead, according to Target, stores will remain open past normal hours and then have the albums available at midnight. Travis Kelce likes being Taylor Swift's +1. In Kelce news, the tight end was on the cover of GQ magazine for the publication's September 2025 issue, and he also did an interview with them about his life, including Swift. In the interview, Kelce said that he loves music and is excited to be Swift's +1. I get to be the plus one. I get to go and be that fan, he explains in the interview, which was published on Tuesday, August 12. Because I am a fan. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of art. And it's so cool that I get to experience her being that plus one for me on the football field. I feel that same enjoyment every time she comes to my shows. He also gave her props for what she does on stage every night, stating, she will never tell anyone that she is an athlete. But I've seen what she goes through. I've seen the amount of work that she puts on her body, and it's mind-blowing. Hopefully Swift will help get Kelce motivated for some wins with the Chiefs this season, because they came up short in their season opener. But, there's a whole lot of season ahead. Following the Super Bowl 59 loss of the Kansas City Chiefs to the Philadelphia Eagles, the future of tight end Travis Kelce is really uncertain, with speculation swirling about his possible retirement, reported People. In spite of having a contract that extends through the year 2025, the decision of Travis Kelce could really hinge on the Super Bowl outcome. According to People, Patrick Mahomes severely acknowledged the contributions of tight end Travis Kelce to the team and the NFL and said he would support any decision of Travis Kelce but would really welcome him back. Also, Patrick Mahomes noted that tight end Travis Kelce still has a lot of football left in him and always makes the plays at the biggest moments, but the decision certainly depends on whether tight end Travis Kelce wants to put in the necessary work. Tight end Travis Kelce has been contemplating retirement while reportedly admitting that he has not played his best this season and will reevaluate after the season. He has also said that "I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off," but at the same time, also acknowledged setting himself up for other opportunities while knowing football only lasts so long, asserted People. Eminent sources now say his decision could hinge on the Super Bowl result. Tight end Travis Kelce is actually expected to take time after the Super Bowl to consider his future and make a decision before free agency begins on the month of March, noted People.